My name is Harry, and today I'm going to do a movie review solo. I'm going to review a 2020 film called Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild is a film directed by Chris Sanders based on an old classic novel. This film features an old fan favorite, Harrison Ford, who was both Indiana Jones and Han Solo. Call of the Wild is a story of this enormous Saint Bernard who's taken away from California and he goes to the Yukon, where he has huge advantages due to his size. However, despite his size, he's a house pet and he doesn't have the survival skills of the wild wolves or even the Siberian Huskies, so things are a little difficult for Buck. This movie is thrilling with a whole lot of epic action. This movie may remind you of the story of Lassie. It could also remind you of Snow Dogs or even Lady and the Tramp. This movie starring a dog can be very emotional to viewers. I think that just about any movie that features a dog is very emotional, and it just makes me feel like a whole different kind of person. This movie has beautiful animation, beautiful action, and it's fun and entertaining to see every turn. However, I'm going to discuss some flaws with this movie. Some flaws with this movie are that Buck, along with most of the dogs, are CGI. I don't think that having them be CGI was necessarily a bad idea, considering in old movies like Snow Buddies there were all those golden retriever puppies that died in the production, which I thought was just sick, and it made me furious to have to hear about that. So I do think that them using CGI for the dogs was taking the safe route. However, when they used a guy in a motion capture suit to do Buck, they painted over it with CGI because the motion capture suit would make it a lot easier and cheaper to create Buck. I felt it was very apparent and obvious that he was a cartoon dog, and he looked very cartoony. He didn't look real. And when you see them reach the Yukon, you can tell right away that they are not really in the Yukon. The town, the wilderness, is obviously fake. It was filmed in a studio with lots of lighting and special effects and prop setups. The scenery was beautiful beyond all reason, and the music was quite soothing. When our old star Harrison Ford was brought into the movie, I felt that he just saved the film. We know Harrison Ford to do a lot of great roles in other movies like Indiana Jones and Star Wars, or Cowboys and Aliens. But in this movie, he shows a great personality. He shows charm and charisma, and I really enjoyed seeing him interact with Buck. Harrison Ford showed a great deal of personality, even interacting with this cartoon dog. And when you see him and Buck go on an adventure together through the Yukon wilderness, it is just so touching. It calms your heart. It's almost as if time stops, and it's so emotional. It's like you see that in the movie Harrison Ford is this lone old man who may be near death, maybe he had a wife who passed away, we don't really know, but he meets Buck and their friendship is just beautiful. However, despite Buck's loyalty to Harrison Ford, he doesn't know where his true place of belonging is. He finds this wild wolf who he forms a relationship with, and he's forced with a hard decision. Would he rather be Harrison Ford's pet, or would he rather be with this wild wolf? It's such a difficult decision, and it's so emotional. It really leaves you to think. If any of you have read the old novel Call of the Wild, you'd know that the old novel is very dark. I felt that this movie was very lighthearted compared to the novel. It was PG. This movie is action-packed with harrowing scenes that will keep you all on the edge of your feet, such as avalanches, epic dogfights, swimming under frozen lakes. However, it was apparent and obvious that most of it was CGI, not real. And I felt that the lack of realism decreased the intensity of the moments in the epic action scenes. So out of 10, I'm gonna give this movie a 7. So here's my summary. Call of the Wild is a fun-filled, action-packed adventure movie. It's PG rated, so it's perfectly suitable for young children and families. I think most casual goers will be perfectly okay with most of the CGI, knowing that it's not real. And seeing Harrison Ford again at his old age was just outstanding, and I was impressed with him being in as good of health as he is, and I'm looking forward to his next Indiana Jones movie. So I want to say thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you and stay awesome.